Hi, honeys. Welcome to Books and Hauls with Michelle and Marty. My cat Marty is here again. He loves to be in the book videos that I do, and if I try on clothes, he always makes an appearance. And then my cat Zelda, whoop, that's him trying to knock over what you're sitting on. Hey, then Zelda. Now, if I pick him up, he'll probably want to leave here. Okay, say hi, Marty. Then Zelda, she likes to be in the videos where I sit in my little spot in my chair and I do shopping hauls. So it's kind of fun having my cats be so active on my page. Don't do that, please. Marty is like having a toddler. He is all over everything all the time. Huh? Yeah. But that's not why you came here. You came here to see you came here to see me talk about the My Chaotic Reading Habits tag. Are you gonna lay down now? Okay, thank you. Number 1, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Well, I do. I've got a bunch of them. I like to sit on the couch and read. I like to open up the windows and open up the drapes and just have the light shining on the weekends and sit and read while I drink coffee. I also have a rocking chair that I like to sit in while I read. But my favorite place to read is probably in bed. I love to snuggle up with Marty in bed. He likes to read with me. And just lay there and read for hours on end while I listen to my husband snore. Number 2, bookmark or random piece of paper? Well, for me, it would be neither. I will show you the book I'm reading right now so I can show you what I do. So I'm reading Heart-Shaped Box. Whoa, would you stop it, Marty? I guess this setup is not a good one. I decided to get a little creative today, stack a bunch of books up, and put you up on the top of the books. But Marty's not having it, so I'll have to go back to what I used to use. Anyway, I'm reading The Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill, and I'm already entrenched, maybe both. I'm really into it. Anyway, what I do is I put a paper clip in books, and the short end of the paper clip is what page I'm on. What I do is every 20 pages, I move the paper clip. So I'm on page 78. When I hit page 80, I will move the paper clip. And that's how I do it over and over and over again. It works for me. I love doing that. And then I can just tuck the pages. Whoop. And just tuck the pages under like so when I'm reading. I really love it. That way I can just open it. It's to the page that I'm reading. These bookmarks never fall out because they're paper clips. And it's kind of fun. I can switch up the colors if I want, but it's just my favorite way of doing it. I used to use paper bookmarks, and I found, or not even paper ones, it was just any kind of bookmark. Because my cats are so interactive with my reading, if they knock a book down and I have a bookmark in there, I don't know what page I was on. Number 3. I'm just looking down at my notes, by the way. Number 3, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or a certain amount of pages? Okay, so remember how I said every 20 pages I change my paperclip? Well, I tend to read 20 pages at a time. If it's during the day, I'll say to myself, okay, I'm going to read 20 more pages and then I'll go do the dishes or that kind of thing. It's like a reward. Or maybe, no, I guess it's the other way around. I'm going to finish doing the dishes so I can read 20 more pages. Yeah, that's how I do it. But if the chapter is really good, I will try to finish the chapter before I stop reading. Number 4, do you eat or drink while reading? I do. I eat and drink while reading. If I'm reading a good book, I will sit at the table and read while I eat. I will, especially if I'm alone, I will definitely drink while I read. Who doesn't drink while they read? I drink coffee. I drink water, tea. If it's a Friday or Saturday night and I'm reading a book that I'm really into and I'm not worried about my attention span, I might even have an adult beverage. You just never know. Number 5, multitasking. Music or TV while reading? Actually, yes. And yes. When I was a young girl, my family, it was always my mom and me and my brothers. We would be on the road a lot. My brothers were hockey players, and we would drive to different games or tournaments or hockey camps or whatever. And so we were in this minivan all the time. It seemed like that was my childhood, was being in a minivan. But I had a Walkman, and I had Debbie Gibson's tape, and I used to play it over and over and over again while I would read Sweet Valley High books. Those were the days. And then I used to, at that time in my life, I used to also read a lot of V.C. Andrews, but I wouldn't listen to Debbie Gibson when I read V.C. Andrews. I would usually listen to classical music because I was a ballet dancer and I happened to really love classical music. So that's a nice little memory there. And then now, as an adult, well, I don't really have a Walkman anymore. But I what I will do, especially if I'm watching something live on TV, I will watch the show, and then when the commercials come on, I'll read my book. And I absolutely love doing that. Now, I don't read books while I have a movie or the show on, but during commercials I will. And I find that is actually quite nice. If I listen to music now, it'd probably be classical music while I read. I don't know that I have the attention span to be able to listen to music with singing in it and read. Maybe I could. I haven't tried it. One book at a time or several at once? Well, I'm very monogamous, and I apparently am monogamous in quite a few ways because I tend to read just one book at a time. I don't like reading more than one book at a time. I'm not saying that I can't do it. When I was in college, I used to have the books I read for pleasure, and then I also had the books that I read for school, and obviously I was reading quite a bit of books at once then. But now that I'm older and I don't go to school anymore, I have found that I really enjoy reading one book at a time. And another reason I think of myself as highly monogamous is those tests where you take to find out what kind of book reader you are. I always come back as the monogamous type, where if I really love a book, I will read it time and time and time again. Speaking of V.C. Andrews, there's quite a few of her earlier novels that I have read at least 5, maybe even closer to 10 times in my life, especially as a younger person. If I didn't really have the funds to buy books, because I like to read them over and over again. I want my own copy of a book. I don't do libraries, and I don't like to borrow books, because if I love the book, I want to keep reading and reading and reading it over and over again. So when I was younger, that's exactly what I would do. If I couldn't afford books, I would just keep rereading what I had. Worked out fine for me. Number 7, reading at home or everywhere. Well, lately I have been reading at home. If I have to go to the doctor's or something, I will take a book with me then. But life has been a little different the last year. Usually, though, I am a read everywhere kind of girl. If I go to a park or something, I will sit and read. I love reading. I can't help it. I have to have a book with me at all times. Number 8, reading out loud or silently in your head. What I do if I find a book to be a little bit dry, especially for me, I love classical literature. However, if I'm going to read it, I usually have to read the first chapter or two out loud to get into it. And I just find it makes it a little bit more fun to read it out loud. I'll kind of pretend that I'm reading to one of my cats or something. And it just helps me get into it. So when I read Jane Eyre, for example, last month, that was already last month, yes. When I read Jane Eyre, I did read the first 2 chapters out loud, and then I read the rest of the book silently. But that's typically how I do it. And then after I read the first chapter or 2 out loud, then I will read the rest of the book silently in my head. Number 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? No, I do not do that. I've never done that. And it's funny because a lot of people do, right? But I've never done that. I just don't. I will speed read, though, through things. Speaking of Jane Eyre, there was a couple chapters that I read very quickly. And because if I get really into a book, I get really slow sometimes with my reading, and I'll stop and I'll think about what I just read, and then I'll reread a paragraph or that kind of thing. But if I find a book to be kind of slow or boring, I speed read like you wouldn't believe. Break the spine or keep it like new. I break it. I do. But I break it like this, where it's a gentle break. You can't really tell that I broke it, right? I just kind of break it enough to where when I'm reading, it stays open. And I just find that that works really well to do it that way. And I will, when I get to a certain page, I'll just kind of slowly break it, but not to where it's like broken in half. Like some people get kind of violent with it, you know, in your books. Yeah, yes, I do. And one thing that I love about that, if I buy a used book, sometimes there will be something in it from the previous reader. What I do is I will, okay, so for example, I've got this book here. This is In the Wilderness. It's a coming of age story by, I don't know who it's by because there's a sticker over everything that has her name on it. Kim Barnes, I think it was, if I remember correctly. I had to read this in college. Really loved it, so I kept it. I have read it multiple times. Here we go again. Whoever read it the first time highlighted it where she liked things. And then there's a few coffee stains on it. Do you see that? I think that was me. Because I remember in college I'd be up so late at night reading with coffee and spilling it sometimes. Let's see. And I don't know if you can see it. There's pencil marks in here from me. Around the pages. Underlining certain things here. And then over here there's like a happy face. I guess I really like that passage. I wrote due Wednesday 10/9. So I guess I don't know why I wrote that in the book, but okay, and here's a page where I wrote a lot. But it's kind of neat because it brings a whole new life and personality to a book to have something, to have what stood out to other people that read it marked in there. And then to do the same myself. Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh. Right. I'm sorry. So my husband's on a business call unexpectedly, but this happens. So I closed the door. Well, Marty hates having doors closed. This is his home. He needs to be able to come and go as he pleases. He hates having doors closed to the point. This is how bad it is. He has figured out how to open the door to our balcony. He's figured it out. So if a door pushes, let's see, if you're in a room and you can push the door open, he's figured out how to open those, how to open a door that way. But if you're in a room and you have to pull it towards you to open it, he can't figure that out. So he was upset because this door right here next to me opens towards you. He can't open those. But yeah, he's figured out how to get his paws up and pull and then push. So we have to literally lock the balcony door now when we're not home because he will open it and go sit out there. And yeah, it's not that we don't trust him, but still, it's just kind of weird to think of him being out there when we're not home. Anyway, do you care about that? I think it's kind of cute, but what was I saying though? I just think it's kind of neat to have this fun history and books to where we've all left our mark in here, and maybe one day I'll be keeping it probably forever, but after I'm gone, maybe someone else will get a hold of it and cherish it and write more stuff in it or underline it a different color or use different color highlighters or something. And I love books when they get older, how like this one, it's bent here. It's funny, the spine is oddly enough not broken. It's got stickers on it from a couple different bookstores, it looks like. And then, yeah, Barnes & Noble. And then, I don't know what this one was. And then over here on the side, it's textbooks.com, which is where I bought it from. And it's one of those books that is just so flexible and pliable. You can tell that it's been read so many times. I just love that. I guess you can tell I really am a book lover, right? As you know, last week there was a giveaway for the Vont Booklight. Now we're in my bedroom right now. This is the bookcase in my bedroom that has, this is nowhere near all of my books, but this is my favorite bookshelf that I have. I have 2 other bookshelves in my home, and we live in an apartment. I have 2 other bookshelves, and then I have probably about 10 boxes of books in my storage unit. I love books. I can't help it. Anyway, so we are in my bedroom right now, and I'm looking over and I'm realizing that my Vont light is over on my nightstand. So I don't want to go grab it right now, but I probably should have so I could put it here and show you. Anyway, I had said that I would do the drawing for who won the Vont Booklight. So I've got my little Stranger Things lunch pail that my husband bought for me, and it's one of my favorite possessions. I just love, I love lunch boxes, especially the old metal ones, and I just love that he got this for me. But anyway, so I am going to go ahead and shake it up and open it, and whoop, I guess I can't do that with my shoulder. Okay. And I'm just going to pull out a random Post-it note. They're all the same color, and they're all folded in half twice, so I don't have any favoritism or anything. The winner is, drum roll, oh, Monique. And now her Instagram name is, or her handle is, MomODC84. So Monique, congratulations, you won. I will be sending you a message to get your address, and then Vont will be mailing you your booklight directly. And I hope that you love your booklight as much as I love mine. It is spectacular. Now I do still have the discount code. If you want to go, it's towards on Vont's Amazon page, you can get that discount. And they sell all kinds of different types of lights. It's not just book lights. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you didn't win and you wanted to win and you're sad you didn't win, be sure to keep your eye out. I believe it's in the next few days, there will be a short video that I put out. It is about Vont's Valentine's Day sale that they're having on Facebook. You are welcome to sign up for, it's a sale, but it's also a giveaway and a sweepstakes and everything. So you might want to check that out too. So this is, I'm very excited about Vont and their lights, but especially the book light. Tomorrow, I will be talking about my favorite Amazon products. Be sure to check that out. And then next Sunday is going to be a video where I'm going to go through my TBR stack. Well, some of it. My TBR stack is over here. It's up here. It's up here behind this book. And then all down below you here, I have, I think it's 30 something TBRs. So I will pick some of them out. And what I'm going to do is talk to you about which books they are, what they're about, the ones I pick. And I want you guys to vote on which TBR books I read in March. I thought that'd be really fun to let you guys pick, because I usually read 2 or 3 TBRs. So I will let you guys pick, and the top 2 books that get the most votes I will read. So that'll be fun. So be sure to tune in for that next Sunday. And of course, if you want to see my Amazon favorites tomorrow, you're welcome to watch that as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. And be sure to hit that notification bell down below so that you get notified of every video I post when I post it. Or if you don't want to know about every video, you just want to watch these book videos, maybe you're a book fanatic like I am, that's okay too. You can do a personalized notification and you can pick what kind of videos you get to see of mine. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you're watching this on the day that I posted it, which is Sunday, it's Super Bowl Sunday. If you are a football fan, I hope that your favorite team won. I love you. Bye.